There we go. That is not a lot. Kid and I went out and got some supplies. What's up, Bug? Doug Wedini in the garage. Got a good one for you today. Yesterday, dragged home a piece of rusty iron from out in the middle of Pennsylvania. Additionally, I was over at the Lowe's this morning. This bad boy was on sale, so you know I had to grab her. 24 volt max brushless cobalt, the 3/4 inch. It's the stubby unit, the compact joint. So I've always wanted one of these, and I got her for a song. Geez, from being honest, I got it for half a song. That's not why you're here, though. We will do a little unboxing on this at some point. Let's find out. What did we strap down to the utility trailer this time? Well, boys, I've always wanted a wheel horse, and this one was just a little bit too cherry at too low of a price to pass up. What you're looking at here is a 314A. The A means it is the automatic hydrostat unit. If it was the 314-8, it'd be the manual with the 8-speed, which is really what you want. So what you got is the Kohler 14 horse here, strapped to an Eaton 700 hydrostat unit. Kind of a heavy-duty motor with a light-duty driveline, but it's all right, man. We'll figure out something for her. Everything on her appears to run and work, just needs a little bit of love. The Kohler's strong as anything. The hydrostat system could use a flushing. This seat could definitely use a little bit of Jesus' help. She's looking a little bit rough. I want to do some paint on this this back case here, because other than that, this is actually a 42-inch deck. This is a sought after unit. Any wheel horse guys are gonna know that bad boy is worth a couple pesos. Tires ain't teabag. This gauge is all types of, oh, it's just your hour gauge, so I guess that doesn't really matter. Y'all want to hear a run real quick? Let's see. Will she fire up after sitting all night? Got your choke right there. No safety in this one, of course. So you got to make sure she's in neutral. And then we just... That's a weird noise. Oh. You can actually hear the hour gauge trying to do something. Let's see if she'll dial to life. Almost. Boy, I'll tell you, bud, she just purrs. Now, I've been trying to figure out, I don't even know what year this thing is. All the tags are completely worn off. I don't think they made the 3/4. I don't know why the model's written on the inside there. I don't know why they, what was I trying to say here? I don't know what year they made this thing, but I think it's an 80s unit. Looks like it might still be points then. But as you can tell, not really going to be an issue for us. Got a big old automotive coal on there. So let's drag this trailer up the driveway, and I think I want to flush out the hydrostat. It was a little slow on the test ride yesterday, and I popped this reservoir and she looks a little dark. Now, if you know anything about these Eaton 700s, they don't actually have a drain. They're supposed to be non-serviceable. Great, love that. So what we're going to do is we're just going to suck some out, run it, suck some out, run it. I believe it actually just takes 30 weight, so bully on that one. There we go. It's definitely got a few seasons on it. Let's see, is this a magnetic plug? It is, and you can probably see a little bit of metals particulates on there, but nothing to write home about, which is nice, because honestly the centerpiece of this tractor is that Kohler 14. This is a fully cast iron flathead engine. I think it's got to be points looking at it based on the age, but alrighty friends, previous owner changed the spark plug. Big thank you to Bob on that one. So we're not going to mess with that plug at all, not even going to pull it out of there. We are going to fill her up with some Earl here. Alrighty friends, I only made a little bit of an Exxon Valdez mess. It's okay, that's just further rust proofing all over the starter. No big deal, I wouldn't worry about it. What else should we check on this bad boy? I'll tell you one thing that's sketching me out right quick is this lead going to that starter solenoid there. Let's see if I have any heat shrink for that. Is that going to pull right out of there? No, it's secure. It just really needs some heat shrink on it. Let's see if we have any of the right size there to fix that. Now, I think this is going to be way too small. This yellow one is not going to fit, but I'm going to try to make it fit anyway. Alrighty. Well, I can see already this isn't going to work, and I can see that there's been some arcing going on. So we're going to rewrap this for now, and I will order some, oh yeah, wow. I will order a new terminator, ring terminal, and some proper shrink wrap, and we will fix that. Alrighty friends, let's see what size fuel line exactly we're up against, and how crusty it is to get off of here. Oh boy. That is, oop, that almost broke the fitting. Christmas. All right, we're gonna do it the you chose the hard way. You woke up and chose violence today. Now I gotta change it. Good news, folks, found some fuel line. Looks like there's probably enough on this reel. Let's run this line without the fuel filter, and then we'll run out to the store and get the right size filter later. Let's get our handy dandy turkey baster and see about removing as much of that old fluid out of the reservoir as possible, because like I was saying, I don't think that Eaton 700 is serviceable. Here we go, folks. Tactical turkey baster to the rescue. Zip tie and all. Oh, and up we go. What's up, stink bug? How you doing? You walking around in Halloween jammies? Middle of the day? Why not, right? What do you think of our new tractor?
Good.
Do you like it, right?
Can we take it out for a drive when you're done?
Of course we can. Of course. Alrighty, friends, here we go. Let's see, what can we get out of this reservoir? It's actually a little bit low as well. That is not a lot, but look at that. Oh man, that's some rough stuff. I don't know if y'all can see. Yeah, that's why, I know, baby, ew, right? That's why our hydrostat is a little bit slow. So let's get that very not viscous, very disgusting fluid out and put some new in. This will probably run it, probably change it once a week for the next month, something like that. Run it in between, you know. Alrighty, friends, we're pulling out all the yucky, gross bits, and I like that. Let's give this tractor a new lease on life. Let's go out to Tractor Supply, see if we can find some heat shrink, as well as this grommet for the fuel tank. The petcock goes through it, and then a new petcock as well. What else do we need? I think that's it. Oh, fuel filter, petcock, heat shrink. Alrighty, friends, the kid and I went out and got some supplies. Got a bit more than we probably needed, but stuff like this you'll never lament buying and then keeping someplace you know you can find it next time you need it. Got a fuel filter. I didn't have the right sized ones. That was $6. Again, I had some petcocks, but kind of didn't want to jerry rig. And a little bit of this heat shrink. Let's get to putting this tractor back together, see if we can't get her off that trailer, put her through her paces. Because I'll be honest with y'all, the price was so good, I didn't barely. The guy twisted the key. I saw that she barked. I said, get that on the trailer, bud. I don't need to know no more. But I would now that the sparkle of the moment's worn off. Now I'm gonna make sure she gonna run. But first thing second, let's figure out how we're gonna run this fuel line. I got an idea that might make our time a little bit easier here. And here that is. This is the thread off a 1/4 inch lag. My intention is to thread it kind of down into here, thread it kind of down into here, and now let me get some clamps. Band clamp's technically too small or too big for this hose, this old line. I don't know, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. Ooh, look at that. That's pretty good. Now our only problem is going to be this tail. Don't want to get caught on everything.
Daddy.
Yes, baby.
Nona buy this for you, but Nona said tell Daddy that I'd like to have some pieces.
What is it, baby? Is it candy or jerky?
Yeah, it's jerky.
Nona got.
Nona wants to, but I brought it to you to see if it's spicy or not.
My sister just had her own little executive producer, so my mother was out there in Montana. And if y'all know anything about Montana, there's two things you ain't leaving Montana without: jerky and something huckleberry. It's looking like some original honey whiskey elk jerky. My goodness. Most important bit, that stacker right there. Yeah, babe, you can absolutely have some. Let's try some together. What do you think?
Okay, here you go.
Thanks. Ooh. A little smoky. And good honey. Tell Nona. Two thumbs, big way up.
Okay.
Or two big thumbs way up.
Yeah, I'll give one to Nona. So
There you go.
Try.
Thanks for the snack, kid.
Welcome, Dada.
Anywho's I kind of think this is gonna work. Let's go up front. See if we can't pull this thing. I'd be real happy if this works, man. Because otherwise, running this new line is gonna be a nightmare. I'm gonna go in the back and try to push it a little bit. Try to do. Actually, let's go over on this side. So we're planning to take this off anyway. What's even holding it on anyway? Oh, literally the gas cap. This thing is the only thing holding it on, right? Yep. So there we go. Get the gas cap back on. Oh, you love to find that. Where does that go to? I'm praying this is a trickle charger and not some essential system. It certainly looks like it, right? Running all the way up like that. Whatever, we'll figure that one out later. Looks like the line from this reservoir into the hydrostat unit could use a little bit of help. There's your hydrostat linkage. It all looks pretty healthy. Maybe you could use some fresh grease, but ultimately not teabag. Yeah, I was right. So this is the hydrostat unit. This is the transaxle fluid. This transaxle fluid is beautiful. I'm not going to touch it. We are going to flush the hydrostat little by little. Let's see. Our fuel line comes in here, goes all along here. There we go. Comes down here. See those two? See those two? Those aren't even me. That was pre-existing. So someone's already been here tackling this job. Let's see if we can pull from the front now. Ooh, got another good long run. Let me go over there and try to clear those hose clamps again. Maybe we can just keep Jimmy in this thing. I think we got it. I think the hard part is through the main grommet there. I can feel the two. Which means I should be right around the corner from that new one. Oh. Nice. We made it. This is our joint right there. This is your new line. That's our old line. That worked. 10 out of 10. Couldn't have gone any better. Let's put our new fuel filter. So yeah, somebody had to replace that last little bit. That's why it's cheaper, not actually fuel line. That's why we're having some problems with it. Let's get our fuel filter out. That worked 10 out of 10. I'm gonna remember that one. Reinstall this, which just barely fits, but that's good. This means it's going to put some good tension on there. So to lubricate this thing, make it a little easier on us. I mean, yeah, this fuel is disgusting, but shoot, you can use the old oil to lubricate. Who cares, right? Just a little bit of Earl ain't gonna hurt nobody. And there you go. She slides right in until she hits that. There we go. And there we go. Make sure you get both sets of barbs in there and then put your clamp in the middle. Not only will that be liquid tight, it's never coming off there even if you want it to. You're gonna have to cut that line. That's a beautiful joint right there. Actually, let me finish this up. We'll move on to some electrical. This right here is a hallmark of 80s, 90s equipment. They didn't use it before that and they stopped using it after that. It's a bit of spring steel wrapped in some kind of flexible plastic, but they're used for cable management and hose management, and you can bend them out of the way, bend them back. I've got a Suzuki outboard that uses these to control all the lines and cables and wires, and oh, are they 10 out of 10, as opposed to hard plastic that breaks or metal that you have to mangle to get off or whatever else. 80s and 90s gear, man. Full on nostalgia mode. Alrighty friends, here's that power cord from before. It would probably be fine, but I mean, since we're in there, let's see about swapping that out. Oh yeah, for sure, that's the guy we need. There we go. I will tell you what, boys, that's 10 out of 10. Certainly better than she was. Now, let's get that hooked back on. This lead's too long, which is why I should have just bought a new one, but whatever. This is where we're at. Now, something occurred to me while we were working, and that is that I bought the wrong size petcock. So I'm gonna put that one in stock. I'm not gonna return it. I put the old petcock in, and it's just a through valve now. It's a nothing. It's a elbow connector for all intents and purposes, but will allow us to get fuel to the carb, hopefully. And that's about what I would like to do now. Let's get this thing off the trailer, park it somewhere, maybe flush that hydrostat again and turn to the paint on the back. Sounds like a plan.
Alrighty, here we have that back cover off. It was so rusty, but still so solid. I thought it was worth it to strip it down, get the rust, the scale, the junk, the crud off, give her a coat of resale red, protect it a little bit. It's not going to match perfect, but it's definitely going to be better than it was. These taillights weren't hooked up. I don't even know if they really work, but they were riveted to it. So got to undo the rivets. That's what I'm doing there. Banging them off, sliding them out. There you go. You can really see how bad that case was. If you left it for a few more years, it's going to start rotting through. The paint was super loose. Most of it just flaked right off with this putty knife. I do obviously want to retain those wheel horse decals. That's always a goal. So that'll be the tricky part. Get off the loose stuff. This is not a full restoration. I am not taking it down to metal. It's not going to be totally uniform. I'm going to take off the loose stuff, try to sand it and blend it. We're just going to hit it with that Rust-Oleum tractor and implement paint we love so much, and we will have functionally protected this chunk of metal. So like I said, I got off the loose that I could. I took this wire wheel to knock down the corners a bit. Ultimately did not put a ton of time into prep. Probably 2 hours total. You know, a piece of metal like this, you could prep all day Saturday for paint if you really wanted to get her perfect. But she's going to be good enough for government work. I think so. So you can see some of that paint is strong enough that it's holding up to the wire wheel, and if it'll hold up to the wire wheel, I'm just going to leave it on there. Why would I take that paint off? It's perfectly adhering. I think I'm hitting her down here with 80 and then 120. The idea being, I know I'm not getting all that paint off. Let's blend some of the transitions so it's not as topographical when we're done. That is an Abranet piece of sandpaper. You've never heard of Abranet. I believe it's a Dutch company, but ooh, buddy, are they 10 out of 10 on the sandpaper. Does not clog, will last forever, though you do need a mortgage payment to get a case. Right here, I'm taping over these wheel horse decals, protect them as best I could. These are not like the cheap, cruddy decals from today. I mean, those things are on there. They're metallic backed, super good adhesive, really strong quality vinyl covering. So I really just need to protect them from getting overpainted. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Painting, successful painting, or the key to successful painting, 90% preparation. How much time, effort, energy you put into preparing it, because painting is easy. Slap it on there. You know, listen to the directions in any capacity, and the application is only about 10% of your final product. It's all about how much time you take cleaning, how much time you take prepping, taping, you know. What I didn't film was I did a 2-part primer on this one. I think I filmed part of it and lost part of it. I don't know. But first part, Rust-Oleum Rusty Metals Primer. 2 light coats. That's going to adhere to the rust that I didn't get out and kind of create a barrier. Then I did 3 heavy coats of sandable Rust-Oleum Automotive Primer. What that's going to allow me to do is further blend the transitions between the bare metal and the paint where it was sticking up so that this thing doesn't look like a topographical map of Yosemite when we're done. Again, I'm sanding with the Abranets. If you can swing it, if you're ever sanding Bondo or sandable primer, get something like the Abranet. It's going to last a lot longer and make the job a lot easier. You can kind of see I really only used the primer around the outsides, and you can kind of see it brought down that topographical element a little bit. Here we are with the Rust-Oleum tractor and implement paint. I have got this process dialed in. You do what I call a dusting or a skim coat first over the top. You don't cover the whole thing. You're literally dusting it. You want this coat to be so light it dries within a minute. This is going to help you get Really good adhesion. Mixed with the 2-part primer, I mean, this is going to be, considering we weren't doing a full day prep on this thing, for just 2 hours of prep and an hour of painting, pretty darn good. So here we're doing our second coat. You do a light coat, a medium coat, and then a heavy coat. If you really want to go OD, you can do a fourth coat, a super heavy coat. This is our medium coat. We're filling in the blanks from the dusting. We're getting that first bit of substance on there. All right, this is going to create our uniform paint layer. And then in a minute, you're going to see the final, where you just sort of cake it on there. You want it as thick as you can put it on without getting her to run. All right, especially in the high traffic areas, especially in the areas where there's still a little bit of dynamic texture because we didn't get all the base paint off. And then as the paint can runs out and I'm losing paint and we're losing aerosol, I'll just hold my finger down and move over the whole thing. And I found this will give you a really nice uniform. It's almost like a final dusting. And you can get a really nice uniform coat out of that.
Alrighty friends, with that paint sorted, one of the last few things I had to figure out was a better seat. This one was just too far gone. I may keep the base in case some crazy wheel horse guy wants to buy it, needs it for his build. But for me, this used Murray unit that's a bit smaller but really nice shape is going to be the guy. I think we're going to take off this existing base plate and see how hard it would be to get this one put on so that it'll link right up. Alrighty, so that's sort of the resting bracket, the pivot bracket, if you will. And then this is the main event bracket. Oh boy, that's held in with some Phillips. Let's see how those are coming out or not. I have my doubts. Even if they come out, are they going to mount into anything over there? I don't think so. What would it take to just mount this straight on here? These back ones line up. Yeah. This is the road we're going to go. I'm not messing with this existing bracket. I'll leave that for... You know what? If somebody's rebuilding a wheel horse and they need this base, the base is fine. Everything else is forked. Okay? I'll even put these spacers back on. Original factory hardware. All I'm stealing is that guy. Yeah, buddy, I think that just might do it. Oh, with a little bit of persuasion, of course. Let's get that guy in first. All right. See what cranking them down does. Alright, now here's what we're going to do. I'd like for that thing to cure a few more days before we go banging new metal on it. And it's fitting to rain the next several days, so I think we're just going to waterproof the back end of that thing, let that thing cure in the garage. I'll see you all in a few days for the reveal and the test drive. Alrighty friends, been about a week since we were working on this bad boy. Let that back cover cure up. I mean, it's not even close to being the same shade of red, but it looks a heck of a lot better than a bubbling and popping old paint. You can see, man, this is far from a full restoration, but what it's going to do is protect this unit, get it on down the road. Didn't make any sense to put 6 weeks into the paint, but I'm pretty happy with that. This paint will hold up. That tractor and implement paint, if you put it on correctly, will last a long time. What we're up against now, I found exactly one piece of hardware to tie this thing to the tractor. Maybe when we're out at the store later, we'll look for another one. Maybe not. We've got our seat right here that we're getting ready to slap on. What I'd like to do right now is flip these little bumpers around. I think they're going to work in the other direction. I think they're going to be long enough to meet the cover there. And if they do, that'll be all we really got to do on this seat, which would be nice. Of course, we're trying to mix the Murray seat with pieces of the wheel horse, so let's see what we can do. I'm intending on reusing these cotter pins as well, because those. Well, budget on this project's all done, used up. Let's see. Nah, those don't really meet. Kind of a bummer, isn't it? How to proceed, how to proceed. Now that right there is the spring from the Murray seat. My thought process is put it right in the middle of this guy and let it be the old damper. Got plenty of room under there. What for putting the nut? There we go. Got enough of the bolt coming out the other side that I don't feel it's gonna loosen itself up as we're weeblobbling down the yard. Put this guy back on. Put this guy back on. Throw our single fastener back in. Single fastener to the rescue. I'll get some more of those while we're out today. Alrighty friends, I think that's gonna work just nice. Alrighty friends, last thing to fix here. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that this stupid leaking petcock melted my tank driveway and wasted 2 gallons of gasohol. So, went on the old Slamazon and got a beautiful replacement because you cannot get these grommet style in the stores anymore. The upgraded one, plastic petcock, which I don't love, but whatever, but it did come with a screen, which is 10 out of 10. So all in all, this is a come up right here. Let's get rid of this old one. These go in, you seat the grommet inside the tank, and then the whole thing is kind of held in by pressing this guy in. Careful, we are dealing with plastic. Use the smallest bit of grease on here. I think that's an okay idea because if it leaks around it, the gas will eventually wash the grease out and stop leaking. That's my theory anyway. That's what we're going with. Does that make it any easier? Oh yeah, perfect. Slides right in. Perfect, just like that. We'll have her tilting out to the side. We'll take the provided hose clamps, slip that bad boy on. Put this guy on there. All the way up. Turn it on. Well, let's let her sit there for a few minutes. We have to go rewire the Barbie Jeep. So we're gonna do that while this thing figures out if it wants to leak or not. And if it doesn't, whoo buddy buck, we get to test drive this thing and put this video to bed. 2-week video. Been filming this thing for 2 weeks now. Christmas. Yes, baby. Good job. Yeah, that goes right there. Spin her right on. Good. Righty tighty. Nailed it. Good job, baby. Nice and tight. Killed it. Let's get to that Barbie Jeep. Okay, you get one of these on the side of the road. They're a dime a dozen, not even a dime, okay? But they never have a battery. You always need to go and take that switch apart, clean it out, come over here, do some leads, some nice 14 gauge leads directly. Go buy yourself a Bauer 5 amp, 20 volt battery. You've made your kid a rocket ship for the price of one battery. And a couple wire terminators. Beautiful stuff. You'll love to see it. Then you slide these guys right in like that. Push the old gas. Oh yeah, a little bike tire. Get you some extra grip there. Whoo, buddy. Kid's never been in so much style, I tell you what. But kid's been riding her ATV. We forgot about the Barbie Jeep. This thing's a little worse for the wear, so. You're gonna clean it up, right, kid? Yeah? You're gonna clean it up? Anyway, point is, she's running now. Oh! Let me clean this thing out and we'll get back to that dang old tractor. What do you say? Ah, Christmas. I thought we were done. I forgot about the tail lights, which we're not going to do much to, but they were riveted on. So what we're going to have to do is pop this lens off. I popped these off for cleaning, or painting rather. Let's drill out the old rivets. Don't need a lot of pressure, just need a slightly oversized drill bit. Boy, is this one being stubborn or what? I really don't want to drill through that that ground strap for this light here. Though I don't plan on hooking these up, because who cares, right? But I just want them on there so it looks right, you know? There we go. I think that's got it. Let's see. Perfect. My goodness. Let's go rivet these on the tractor. Alrighty, so those rivets are a little too small, so this is going to wait till another day. No big deal. Petcock's still not leaking. Let's get some gasohol in this thing and give her a proper test. Now that the Hydrostat's been serviced, the motor's got new oil, whole thing, right? Alrighty friends, there you have it. 19 something 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 wheel horse 314-A. Back to life, back to mowing. I don't have a lot of grass to mow this time of year, so we're out here in the road doing donuts. Now, if I'm being honest, the Hydrostat is still pretty weak. I'm gonna flush it a couple more times, get on the forums there. I think I'm gonna try to find the 8-speed transmission for this thing. So if anybody has one they want to pass on my way, let me know down there in the squawk boxes. You can always email me, dndoffroad@gmail.com. We're gonna leave this one here. It wasn't a full resto. I wanted to fix a few things. I might still look for a appropriate choke cable. I did pick one up from a local supplier, but I opted against using it because it didn't quite fit. So if anyone has a wheel horse choke cable they want to sell me, by all means, leave me a comment down there in the squawk boxes. Alrighty friends, we went out and got the right size rivets. If you're curious, these were the 3/16 5mm variety. They seem to have done the trick. Now the tractor's officially barely halfway done. We're definitely gonna have to address that Hydrostat. She needs new tires, and as I'm looking at it, I think I'm gonna paint the deck and the hood to match this back thing here. Plus I just put a nice dinger in the finish with my rivet tool, so gonna have to do some touch up anyway. There'll be more videos on this one. Let me know down in the squawk boxes if you would watch some more videos on this one. Big thank you to the executive producer, who's our camera lady right now. So if you're getting some wonky camera angles, you can thank Miss Tess. Tess, say hi.
Hi.
There we go. Alrighty, we're gonna put this one to bed though. I'm super happy. I can't wait to do more with this thing. Thanks everybody. See you next time.